But what I'm trying to tell you is that you know how you could change the amplitude, you could change the period, you could change it moving left and right and up and down. I promise you on the quiz, I'll never pull more than 3 out of 4. But the extra credit question on the quiz will be all 4. Okay? All right, so let's try it. Let's try graphing. We're going to try 2 of these. Y equals 3 minus 2 cosine of 3x. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is help you identify what's what. First of all, do you see how this thing had a plus d on the end? Does it matter that that number's first instead? It doesn't. If it makes you feel better, you can always write plus 3 on the end here and cross that thing out there. So what's A? A is negative 2. Make sure that you understand A is negative 2. What's B?
3.
B is 3. And what's this? That's D. C would be inside the parentheses. This one is not. Okay, so when I'm looking at this, I'm going to write down some information first. I'm going to say my amplitude is negative 2. That means it's going to go up and down a distance of 2, but it's going to start on the bottom, right? It is going to do a period of 2 pi divided by 3, which is what B is. And it is going to shift up, down, positive 3. It really, really helps to write down this information on the left. I would also write down how far is it shifting left and right, and I would write none. It's not shifting at all left and right. You don't have to write the ones that are none because they're not happening, but if you want to do it the same way every time, which some of you do, then do it that way. All right, so here we go. I'm going to try to get this thing right. Now, I'm going to try to get my picture right away. Everybody look up. Can you see how it shifted up and down 3? That means my whole graph is going to be centered from where to where? The middle of it's 3, right?
It's going to be up 3.
And it's got an amplitude of 2. So the middle of it's at 3. And then it's going to go up to what? 5 and down to 1. Okay, so when I make my graph, I'm going to make 0 down here. I do not have to go below 0 because I won't need it. Let's see, here's 1, 2, 3. Looks like I need to go up a little higher. 4 and 5. These just take a while. How was the timing yesterday? Did you have enough time to get your stuff done in class?
Yeah.
Lots of extra time?
Yes.
All right, now I'm going to put a dotted line at 3 to show that I'm going to go above and below 3, but that's my center line now. All right, now I'm going to have 4 tallies. So let's do the tallies here, 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 and here. All right, now a cosine graph normally starts at 1, but this one's not going to. What is it going to do? It's going to start at -2. Remember, we got to think about the amplitude too. Now, normally it would start at 4 now, right? Because it's centered around 3, but it's not. It's stretching up 2 and down 2, but it's also starting negative. So where should I start?
1.
At 1. So it's going to start down here, and then it's going to go up to the center. It's going to go up to 5, back down, and here. If I want to draw it in, looks like that. But the thing that we haven't filled out yet are these tallies over here, because how long is this period?
2 pi over 3.
Okay, so I'm going to write 2 pi over 3 here. I know that's my end point. What's this one?
4 pi over 3.
What'd you say?
4 pi over 3.
4 pi over 3?
Yeah. Just pi over 3.
Nope. Where'd you get 4 pi over 3?
Without the 2.
And 2 divided by 2 is 4?
Or wait, no, I need a 4.
You multiplied by accident. So this is 2/3, that's 1/3. What's half of 1/3? 1/6. All right, so this is like 1/6 here. This is 2/6. This is 4/6 over here. What are we missing? Pi over 2, which is the same thing as 3/6. And that's it. It's hard to think about these because you have to think about so many things at once, right? I am going to put a couple in your homework that will have you changing all 4 things at once, but not a whole bunch. Let's try one more with your partner here. Let's do one where we're shifting left and right, because that gets a little tricky. And then I'm going to have you work on the assignment together, okay? Okay. Let's do for example 2, we're going to try y equals the sine of 4x plus pi minus 1. I'm going to help you start this thing by writing out the stuff on the side. Again, the things that you need to care about every time are the amplitude, the period, how far it moves left and right, and how far it moves up and down. Okay, so what's the, let's see, what is A in this case? 1. It has to be a 1, and it can't be a 0, otherwise the whole thing would cancel out. And you know how just like a normal amplitude goes up 1 and down 1? So basically it's not going to change than normal. So this is just A is 1. How about B? 4. C is pi. And D is -1. All right, so the amplitude is just 1. That's just normal. How about the period? How do I figure out that one?
2 pi divided by 1.
2 pi divided by 4.
Well, that's not
So 2 pi divided by 4, what can that be reduced to? Can you do it in your head?
pi over 2.
Pi over 2. If you needed to write it down, 2 pi over 4 reduces, 2/4 reduces to just 1/2. Isn't it funny how this is just what's killing you right now is fractions? Left and right. What do we do to figure out left and right? Look back at your notes. C divided by B. Pi divided by 4. So it's going to move. And is it going to go left or right?
what?
It's opposite, right? And this is